Himachal has been the flag bearer in this particular aspect of going plastic free. We haven't gone for it way back in 2011. So, but like I said, uh, there is a plastic free policy. We, on the side of the government, we endeavor to ensure that it is very much enforced. However, I must tell you that we had our Shimla Winter Carnival, we had the Manali Carnival. Right now, we are, as I talk to you, tomorrow we have the opening of the Dharamshala Winter Carnival. So, and we are getting very good response. So, I must thank the tourists also for the faith that they show in our state. And we are taking all due steps and also promoting our state as the winter tourism, adventure tourism capital.
Himachal Pradesh. Does it ring any bell? Of course it does. The place which makes you leave everything and come out to explore. There is so much beauty in here which just stays with you forever. However, in the last few years, while it has seen the boost in tourism, the state is also facing the problem of overcrowding. Hello, this is Pallavi, and you are watching Indian Masterminds. Today, I am with IAS Officer and Director Tourism Himachal, Ms. Manasi Sahay Thakur. And in today's conversation, we'll try and find out how the government is dealing with tourism issues lately. So let's welcome her. Now you are Director Tourism in Himachal. I wanted to ask you that state's infrastructure got damaged due to heavy rain last year. उसके बाद with COVID also थोड़ा tourism was affected. So I wanted to know has any measures been taken to avoid these things, or are you working on that front?
So you see, when you ask measures to avoid, so we are a disaster prone state, right? We are a Himalayan state, and what matters is how resilient we are. So the last monsoons were exceptionally cruel. I must say, as a state, we have been very resilient. The state government, under the leadership of our Honorable CM, ambitiously worked towards restoring our connectivity, and we worked on war footing. And I must say that Himachal Pradesh now it has been very safe for visitors. If I talk about statistics, so if I talk about Jan to December 2022, we had close to 15 million tourists visiting us. But in the year 2023, January to December, we had 16 million tourists visiting us. So I must say that we as a state are making it a point that we put forth that conviction that a state is safe, and we are taking all due measures. We are working on our inter and intrastate connectivity. We are working in a very ambitious way for the expansion of the Kangra Airport, because as you know, we have only small ATRs coming into the state, and that too because of weather reasons, we have our own limitations. So we are working on the airport expansion. Honorable CM has come up with this excellent idea of fostering intrastate connectivity.
Yes,
So we are also working on heliports all over the state, so that we have these airports, but for intrastate movement, we have heliports as well. So we are working on them simultaneously. We are participating and going out to people, doing our campaigns, and ensuring that our voices also reach the people. Participating in tourism marts, working on our infrastructure. We have the Asian Development Bank project, under which we are working on convention centers, ice skating rinks, wellness centers, and we are trying very hard to maintain a particular stature when we implement these projects. So these are various steps we are taking, along with the public linkages which we are trying. We are having different, I must tell you that we had our Shimla Winter Carnival, we had the Manali Carnival. Right now, we are, as I talk to you, tomorrow we have the opening of the Dharamshala Winter Carnival. So, and we are getting very good response. So, I must thank the tourists also for the faith that they show in our state. And we are taking all due steps and also promoting our state as the winter tourism, adventure tourism capital. We have the Asian championship coming up in the first week of March. We have these mountain expeditions by La Himalaya Mountain Boat. So all of this, as I'm talking to you, these things are ongoing. So I feel that yes, the work needs to be. There's a lot of more work to be done. We are trying our best and moving in that direction.
Yeah, that I agree. Himachal Pradesh, I think, is one of priority for most of the tourists whoever wants to visit the country around. Just one more question on that tourism part. That there is overcrowding, heavy overcrowding, especially around the New Year, and it always makes the headline. Last year also, before last year also, I think 2022 maybe similar situation was there. So any plan to counter it? How can you do it? Because बहुत ज़्यादा crowding है and people are not able to reach. They mostly, some of them have to finish their vacation on road only. They are not able to reach. Sometimes they are not able to reach the hotel also. Especially I think in Manali area because वहाँ overcrowding ज़्यादा है. So how are you going to manage that for the upcoming year?
Yeah, that remains an area of concern. Like Manali, daily arrival of tourists in Manali is close to 30,000 on weekends, on normal weekends. They go up to 40,000 plus. So, and on during winter seasons, and like if there's snowfall and during holiday seasons, yes, we are, I would say, the entire ecosystem is overstressed. So when I say that the district administrations, they are coming up every year, they come up with certain plans to make it better than the previous year. So with single roads, the how we can have one ways, how we can have a dedicated traffic management plan so that our tourists do not face the difficulties that they've been facing. But as I say this, I would also say that it's something which needs to be it has to be a two-sided thing. Traffic rules need to be adhered to, so it has to be something, it has to be a joint endeavor to ensure that the entire process is also smooth. So we are also thinking a lot on say to encouraging responsible tourism. When I say responsible tourism, there are two aspects to it: responsible tourists and responsible hosts. So we as responsible hosts, we are trying to come up with better planning. We have different infrastructural projects also, not just road widening. There are NH built up that's happening. As I said, if air connectivity is improved, the tourist won't have to spend a lot of time on road. We will end up saving a lot of time of the tourists doing that, providing, having plans for escalators and gondolas in different places. So all this is work in the progress, which is going to take some time. On the responsible tourism tourist front, we are also trying to encourage, and we have this roadmap that we would also urge the tourists to also help us in helping them by abiding by the traffic rules, not unnecessarily stopping vehicles in between, and on the other end also helping keep Himachal safe, plastic free, and taking care of their own trash. Because right now we have so many other pristine areas which have opened up, like the Atal Tunnel has opened up an entirely new and pristine region of the Lahore Valley. So, but we are seeing that we need a lot of responsibilities to be shouldered from both the sides, so that responsible tourism. So in Himachal, we really are thinking on these lines of uh, encouraging responsible tourism where it is a stakeholder partnership. So it is a work in progress. We take active steps every year, but yes, there's a lot to be done still.
Yeah, you already mentioned about that plastic thing because we as a human, we are, I don't know, sometimes aadat se majboor, we everywhere we leave our footprints in plastics and all, and we should be responsible enough to do that. So to not do that, I just wanted to know, are you uh, going to allow any policy just say they are matlab, total full plastic ban policy in Himachal? Are you going to do that? Because I think many states, especially the tourists, I think Andaman and Nicobar has already achieved that. Sikkim has also achieved that. So is Himachal also going to be on that road, making it completely plastic free?
Pallavi, yeah. Thank you for that question, Pallavi. Just to set the record straight, Himachal has been the flag bearer in this particular aspect of going plastic free. We haven't gone for it way back in 2011. So, but like I said, uh, there is a plastic free policy. We, on the side of the government, we endeavor to ensure that it is very much enforced. However, थाली दोनों हाथ से बचती है, तो जो मैंने बात की about responsible tourists. So if you see during in December, there was such high inflow of people into the Lahore Valley, and there was this huge amount of trash that was left behind.
Right.
So when we say that, we really need to start working as a nation. I was in Andamans recently. I think every tourist destination is reeling with this issue. We have policies, but we will be able to achieve
With
those
public
policies
supporting
and the
it.
targets only if we can work together, right? So, as a nation, we have to imbibe certain values, and as responsible tourists, wherever, even I go out as a tourist to some other state, we need to have certain set of values that we need to adhere to. And of course, as responsible hosts, we are trying to strike some kind of partnerships. Even there's a snow marathon which will be happening in Lahore as a part of our winter adventure tourism activities. However, in that as well, we are planning to give out this message of responsible tourism. So it has to be, we have to nudge each one of us. All of us have to work towards it. So policies are there in place, but to realize the targets and the real spirit of these policies, we all need to work together. Unless and until that happens, only on behalf of the state government, we will try hard. We won't be able to reach that particular level that we aspire to.
That was all. Thank you. Really, thank you so much for your time. I was really glad to talk to you. I really
Thank you
wanted
so
to do
much,
that
Pallavi.
more, but obviously I know you only have few minutes. So thank you. Really, thank you so much.
Thank you,
Mahika.
Pallavi. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much.